Hello everyone, so this video is all going to be about Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. Now I've been waiting for this game for a while. I remember when it came out on Global, or for JP, and I was like, oh, I need this game so bad. I never downloaded on JP. Really didn't want to look at anything on the game because I really just want to experience for myself. Global finally came. I think we're 11 days in, and it's been kind of crazy. There's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of bad. I've seen a lot of people online either saying this game is only okay, people really liking the game, people just hating on this game so hard, saying things like someone with Discord I think the other day said we will never get a good Jujutsu Kaisen game. Now I personally really like this game, but as you saw the title, I want to talk about what they've been doing well, what they've been doing wrong, what to expect, and overall why I still think you should get the game and start playing it. This is like the perfect time to start playing the game. And like I said, I've been loving it. I have been loving it. So let's start off with probably something people care about a lot more. The summoning. How does summoning in this game work? The gacha system. It is the main part, let's be honest. Even for me, gameplay matters more. But for you guys, and for most people, let's be honest, you care about the gacha. You care about the summoning. You care about how to get the characters that are fun and cool to use. It's a true fact. That's just, people care about that more. Said me personally, I don't as much, but you do, let's be honest. So when you start the game, you're gonna have quite a few more banners than I do, but and there's honestly more banners right now than there should be, but you'll get stuff like the step up banner. There'll be beginner banners as well. I've cleaned through all these, but you know, this is something you'll expect to see here. So we have some tickets we could run as well. Let me explain how banners work in this game. Now we have some special one-off banners like this 8 million player one with an SR guaranteed gacha. And this was incredibly scummy, that to a degree I'm not even going to pretend is not true. It's a great job for your 8 million players. How about you spend some money so you get a guaranteed SSR? Just an SSR, you know, guaranteed, it's just one. So I thought this was pretty scummy. I still got it though, but it's not great. Then you have this one, Phantom Parade Gacha. This is kind of the normal one here. You know, general banner, just has some general characters on it. You'll get tickets for this one. Very, very simple banner. It has an exchange rate for these things, which are just SSR guaranteed gachas. You know, it's not anything super special. This is something that, as far as my knowledge, will probably be up at all times. If you'll actually look at the details, you can see how this one works. You'll see the characters that are on this. All of the characters that are out so far, other than like the new Megami, are on here. Now, from my understanding, old characters do become unfeatured SSRs on pretty much every banner. I don't know if this banner counts for that. But the 9 new characters that are released with the game are on all this banner. You'll get tickets for it. It's a good way to get things like that. Then, of course, we get actual featured characters banners. When characters come out, they have full celebrations around them. We're on our 3rd one already. We're 11 days in. We're already on our 3rd one. This is where, you know, that's a pretty big problem that a lot of people have, but I'll kind of get into that later. Now, when a featured character comes out, let's look at one a little bit more specific. Junpei. Junpei was a featured character that released. He was a new character. He came with some new collection bits, recollection bits, which are, you know, the little memories, right? He came with an event that came out with him, which is this let's go see it here. It's the Grand Exorcism Battle. This comes out with him. You know, this is how you know we got the big celebration characters, is what we want to call those. Our featured, our new ones. He is one of those. So he gets a featured banner where you draw on it, free to play currency, right? Same thing with Megami, who just released. This is the main one. He released with a new memory / recollection bit. He released with himself. You get this banner that you could use your free-to-play currency on. This is how the game is going to continue going forward. However, a lot of people logged in, and maybe you were one of them, and saw, here's what you saw. You saw 3 of these step-up banners that are paid only, as well as 2 beginner banners that were paid only. And then you saw this one, which was free, which looks like it only features the Yuji Itadori. All the other SSRs are featured on this one. And then you also had this one that looks like it features nothing and it's lame and it's stupid. This is what most people saw when they opened up the game, and they were like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Are you kidding me? Only these 2 banners I can use my free-to-play currency that I'm getting on. The rest of them are all paid. So these are a little bit more, you know, an exception, not the rule. These are ones that you could, you know, if you decide you want to spend money on the game, you could use to get, you know, better characters, you know, to start your account off, you know, at a higher level than others. You do not have to do these. This game is very generous because, as you'll notice when you get the first one, you do a couple missions, you get an SSR guaranteed ticket that you can redraw. Now you do it for Gojo. So you'll notice one of these step ups is missing because I did step up C because I wanted to dupe for Gojo. Okay, that's how this works. That's what you do, right? Not what you should do, but that's what I did. So that's how most of the stuff is gonna work. You're gonna be able to use your free-to-play currency on it. The only amount that's paid are for very special circumstances, as well as this limited to one time per day, very discounted 100 paid cubes to get to do a single, whatever, right? So that's really, you know, generally, it's not gonna be that mean to you. So as far as the pros with the summoning, just this feature stuff, the feature stuff is very simple once it starts going on. They definitely start with a messy system that looks a lot more unfair than it is right away, but I would say generally it's pretty simple as we move forward. Do not do these are, you know, scams. You don't really want to do this. You're not, you know, it's honestly pretty good rewards, but without being able to choose, you'll probably get something lame. The only character worth it on all of these is Gojo. That's just kind of how it goes. Junpei not worth it. This Yuji isn't that great. Megami is very good. We'll get into maybe some of the character release stuff later, you know, but like this isn't for it as an advice to summoning thing. This is just a, hey, here's how the summoning works though. Now let's continue how summoning works. So 3K gets you 10. Otherwise it's 300 for one, and then you get the paid 100 extra. But there is also gacha points, which are basically your pity. The pity in this game is not that great. So I believe, how many do you get in one? Let's see here. It should tell me. It shouldn't just draw right away. So you get 10 per multi. So for every one character, you get one extra gacha point. Dupes do not go into your gacha points at all. And then you basically come to the shop where you can then redeem things. On this fan parade gacha, where tickets count for this as well, I should say. Sorry. Tickets do count towards your gacha pity, just FYI. But anyways, so you get a bunch of these. You know, this is 200. You get guaranteed SSR, not too bad. So this is where you actually get the characters. So 250 to get the newest character that's featured on there, and 120 for their recollection bit. Same thing. Is that good pity? No. This game probably has like medium pity compared to what I've played. You know, the main game on my channel that I play quite a bit of, although I do want to start playing this one on the channel as well, is Dokkan Battle. They just only added pity. This game is 10 years old. About to have its 10th anniversary in January. It only just now added pity to every banner, and it is still quite bad. Whereas like on the totally other level, I played Honkai Star Rail. Fantastic pity. I like that a lot. Before I stopped playing that game, I had every single new character, and it didn't break my wallet. All right, this one, not so great. I wouldn't really bet on it. So that's pretty much all I have for the summoning. Pretty simple there. Rates feel pretty decent. We're going to do some summons at the very end of the video because I noticed I had some tickets, so we'll be able to look at the actual summoning part of it. Let's move on to the next part that I think people will care about that may or may not push them into the game. All right, and the next part we're going to talk about is quest slash like events that go on in the game. The content, the stuff you do. Now, this game actually gives you a lot of content and a lot of stuff, and this is where actually a lot of the problems are going to come from this game so far, and this is going to be exclusive to the global version of the game. This was not a problem on the JP version, the original version of this game. So, you have, when you hit quest, you got a couple different things here. You have your main story quest, which will put you through the original JJK story, as well as some extra bits. Right now, I'm in like this new stuff here that's kind of like separate from the story. It's pretty cool. I'm really glad they did this, and it also adds some potential for new cards and characters that we didn't really see. I like it quite a bit. There's even a recollection bit that I got earlier that's like this new story exclusive that was really cool. Then we have the story event, which is these tie into the character releases. So this is that Yuji one, this is the Junpei one, and this is the Megami one, obviously. We'll go into those later. So your main story quest that you go through, this will unlock a couple different things as you go through. Obviously stages that you do, you don't really ever have to go back to these. The big thing you unlock as you do these are these innate domains, which lets you get things, materials that you'll need to upgrade your characters. That's kind of the big thing you get from doing the main story quest. You could actually see a much better verversion of it here. We're actually able to scroll through all of them. Very nice. Eventually unlock Domain investigations, which yet again, like a limited thing. As you see, this one's chance is 0 of 3 right now. I've used up all mine. That you do to get materials that allow you to do things to upgrade your characters. This is going to be a big thing. You're going to be doing a lot of grinding for your characters. Yet again, enhancement quests. These are specifically character EXP, which you will only be using like these beacon and training things to be able to get that stuff. You won't get a whole lot by actually using the characters at low levels. Yeah, you get like nothing. It's crazy. This one, but for the bits. This is JP, which I actually don't know what JP stands for, but this is going to be like a general currency alongside the rest of your currency that you use at a much lower value. Basically, every single time you want to upgrade your character, it's going to cost some JP alongside of it. Every single time you want to upgrade your recollection bits, it's going to cost a little bit of JP aside of it. This one I've used the least, and you will also probably use the least just because you get this passively a lot more. Every single stage drops some of it. A lot of rewards drop them. It's pretty cool. Formidable Foe, which I'm not able to do yet. Actually, I get after this story quest. Maybe I should have done this before I went on there. But I do know about it. It's basically like a boss battle that gives you a certain currency. I think this one actually goes towards something different than upgrading your characters, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some element of upgrading your characters as part of this as well. Next up, Dispatch. This is literally just like you throw characters in here and they go and they collect some materials for you that you do every day. It's so whatever. The main thing though, and this is where the main content comes from, is these events. Now, here's what you might notice. 3 events going on at once. That's a lot. So here it comes to the huge, probably the biggest mistake they've made in this game so far, which is they're going too hard on the events. They're going too hard on the amount of things you need to do. Because now I have a theory that they are making us go through this game a lot faster to just catch the global version up to JP, like the Japanese version of the game. That's my theory, because we have gotten, well, 3 main banners in 11 days. We've gotten 3 main events in 11 days. It's going hyper speed, and I'm not sure what other reason they have to do that if it's not just to like catch the games up. So I don't know. But basically the big problem is your AP. This is your stamina to be able to do quest stages, do events, to collect your your beacons of training quest, right? All this stuff costs AP, your stamina. Every single one of these story events here that are limited time all cost stamina. All quest stages cost stamina. Everything costs stamina. We're in a stamina shortage is what the problem is. That's why we have the problem. Now this one, I've 100% complete this one. And I had to spend quite a lot of stuff to do this. This one, I've 100% complete this one. And it cost me a lot of stuff to do this. I got the shop wiped out other than like these small little things that are unlimited. Right? All the limited items are taken out. This one, I have not even started yet. It's already been out for a couple days, and I'm probably not going to be doing anything with it until it's closer to the end. It's very disappointing. It's too much to do. I'm literally like sitting here all day doing something on this game, doing something on this game, doing something on this game. You might see here, so if you try to do AP recovery, you have either this item that they give not enough out of, even close to, or you use your cubes that you use for summoning. I have my remaining time at 16. This starts at 30 at the beginning of the day. And the main thing that annoys me is that the cube costs more and more and more. So originally it starts like less than 100, but then it goes up like 120, then 200. By the time it hits like, hey, I'm spending a cube worth a total character worth, that's when I decide I'm going to give up. I'm like, all right, that's enough of my daily recovery times. I'm not going to use any more. I don't recommend doing that either. If you're free to play, like don't spend your cubes like that. It's tough out here. It's the biggest problem this game has, but I think it's for the better. If they catch the games up, that's the best way to go about this. It's just a tried and true. When the global version and the JP versions are synced, everyone has a better, much more fun time. It's just a fact of life. So hoping that's what they're going towards. We'll just have to deal with it for now. I don't know. At least there's plenty to do, right? Oh man. So yikes. That's kind of how the content's going in this game. Now they do like to have a couple different kind. So this one throws you through like a couple. Actually, this is a bad one to go around here. Let me go to this one so I can show you. So this one is like these different stages that you do, and you get this currency that then lets you do the boss battle of different typings, and you know, you defeat the boss to get the main currencies that allows you to do through these prize pools. So I'm on the final one, but then you pull on all these to get certain things. The main thing is to get these really rare, expensive currencies, either the SSR bit that is exclusive to this event, and be able to get maxed out, as well as some other just really good just stuff. I can actually look at all prize pools. Perfect. So every single prize pool gets this. You can't move on until you get the reset target reward. So it goes up and up. You get all those, and then you'll get something really good. You know, this SSR one, which is just like generic, so you can use it for any SSR recollection bit. This chaotic Jujutsu crystal, which is, hey, guess what? For upgrading your characters at like the highest level. You know, different stuff like this. So this is kind of like, this is the first one we've had. You do these events, which gives you stamina, whatever, to be able to do these events, which then gives you the pull things. That's exactly how the Megami one is. I don't know how that happened. The Megami one is the exact same way. So you go through all these events, you go through the hard version, you'll get the stuff to be able to do the formidable battle, to get these things, to do pulls on this, which at least right now is a recollection bit, this offering to the spirit pit. Don't even know how good it is, haven't even looked at it yet. And then it looks like it'll also be the generic crystal and then the Jujutsu crystal. Perfect. Yeah. Now, one that I find to be much more fun and interesting is these kind, which is a large map. We'll load this up here. You know, you get this big map where you like go across here. You got these ones, which are big boss battles here. Other than that, you got smaller boss battles. Not even the boss battles have different stages, you know, of difficulty. So you want to do these. And then you got the big ones. So these are the big ones, which are target score. So you want to try to do as much damage as possible, you know, before you kill it there. So it has like two phases. One where it actually has HP that it could lose. But in between them, it'll have just like a turn limit. That's where you kind of deal your biggest damage because you can't actually kill it. And then you get rewards. I think the max one on mine max was 6.3 million. The last what's it called? 5 million was what you needed for the target score to get all the rewards. So, you know. And then after that, this one also has an exchange shop, which I already went through. You get this currency. There's some really, really good stuff in here. Those impure crystals as well as tickets for summoning, right? Pretty fun. I find the content to be incredibly fun, just too much of it right now. That's kind of how it goes. Now, let's move on to the next aspect of this game that I'm sure people are interested in, which is the characters, the level up system, the good and bad in that, and then maybe we'll do a battle as well so we could, you know, look at the gameplay. All right, now here is what you'll see when you hit team formation here, and you'll be able to look at a team. Now, you'll have 4 characters that are in your main squad, so you have 4 characters out at a time, as well as a backup member that comes in when another character dies. You also get a second backup character, which will be a friend character that you borrow. Just know that you only get max of 3 friends a day, so you can't go too much farther than that. So this is a squad that I'm running currently. There's a couple different ways to do it. I don't know if I want to do like an in-depth team builder thing right here, but I'll just give you kind of the rundown on it. It's pretty simple. And the different types of characters and the different types of stuff here. So this Gojo, everyone should receive. This is the SSR ticket Gojo. You redraw until you get him. He's the best character in the game right now, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be the best character in the game for a while. And you just get him for free. Make sure you do that. Do not grab the wrong character. Yuji is one of those new featured ones. He's not that great. I've pulled 3 of him, just like on random singles through tickets. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Nobara, I also think I got from the SSR guaranteed, whatever. Nanami, excellent character as well. And then, of course, I also pulled the new Megami. This is basically just me flexing, I guess, on the good characters that I have. So that's what that is. But generally, most characters are going to fall into kind of like 3 categories, I'd say. The 2 main categories are the like support type characters that are like buffers, debuffers, or literally do like healing or some other type of support. Although those ones, at least so far, have been a little more niche. And then your attackers, your main DPS. I don't want to say attacker because that's actually a role in this game and it's a little misleading. But you know, your DPS threat characters, your big DPS characters, right? So that's generally how they're going to be fit. Those big two categories, and then defender as another category. Technically, this is another class there, and they have more like attacks that draw them towards them. I found those to probably be the least useful ones, but they do exist. I know there are some decent characters that have those abilities there, but I've found them to be mostly unnecessary so far for all the content that I've cleared, but maybe that changes at a different point. Now, for example, what I mean by misleading is this Megami here. He's labeled an attacker, but he's more of a debuffer. His main thing is opening up his domain, which does pretty massive debuffs to the enemy, allows him to do massive debuffs to the enemy, and that's kind of like his whole gimmick. Nanami is enhancement, which is a buffer. He buffs the team. Wowie, fantastic. Yuji is definitely more of an attacker. He buffs himself, deals big damage. He's not that great. Gojo, everyone should have, massively buffs himself, deals way too much damage, and then throws out an ultimate that does AoE kill everything. Gojo is your GOAT. He carries you through the game. Pretty simple, I think. So when you look at a character, you'll see a couple things that you need to do with them. Level enhancement raises their level. You get these through these beacon of training things. Pretty simple. Grade enhancement is kind of the next level of that. Upgrading the grade allows you to upgrade the character's levels here. So this is what will allow them to get to higher levels, to get upgrades to their stats, different things like that. Incredibly important. Awakening, you could either use generic SSR shards, which I have not gotten any so far, or when you pull a dupe, the dupe will be converted into these soul shards that you then use to upgrade the characters to a max of 5. Any more than that, you can then sell to get kind of generic shards that you can then, you know, use to purchase different things. Last skill enhancement, which is to actually enhance their skills. You need certain materials to do this. You know, a lot rarer materials. These are those Jujutsu crystals we saw earlier that were kind of final rewards for a lot of things. These ones are a little bit more of a generic reward. You can get these quite a bit through different means. And then let's go to a character I haven't really upgraded too much on. Her, I haven't upgraded anything. And then even much more generic Jujutsu crystals for one of these. You might notice all these ones cost JP. And when you get to the higher levels, it costs a lot of JP, 200k, 250k. Upgrades quite a bit to get those last couple there. That's kind of the main thing. That's the only, the skill enhancements are the only thing I've had to actually go out of my way to farm JP for. Besides that, anything else I've tried to level up, I've just had plenty of JP for it. So yeah, pretty simple. That's kind of character upgrades. Next up, recollection bits work the same way as characters. Yeah, this is a fine one. So they have levels as well. Now, instead of having the grade ups like the characters do, they only get extra levels through actually doing the dupe system. Dupes will give them more levels to then use. Dupes will also unlock them more skills and then also upgrade their skills. So dupes are really important with recollection bits. I'm pretty sure they have a higher drop rate than characters, as well as obviously in the Gacha points shop, you can buy them for much less than the characters as well. So that's something to think about. However, they are significantly more dupe dependent, but generally they work as sort of an equipment in this game. As you can see, this one only gives HP and C-Tech, which is like cursed technique, which is your magic damage, if you want to think about it like that. This one specifically boosts only on ultimate skill, 80% cursed technique increase to self for a total of 1 time and 1 turn, so just for their ultimate attack. And then this one as well, 1 away starts to curve 200 ultimate gauge for self. Really fantastic for Gojo, believe it or not. I know he's right there, but that's what I have on him. So that's how that system works. Pretty simple. Let's see here. So this one's a level 5, so its max level is 80. This one's actually a lot more general. As you can see, it gives physical and curse upgrades as well as HP. You notice this one has a 2 next to it. That's because it's been upgraded. Its first ability is now even better. Let's move on to a weaker one, because I literally just pulled this one. This is one I looked at where I'm like, oh wait, this is cool as hell. Jogo versus Yuji and Nanami. So this is where like the game original content can end up being really cool, because one thing I definitely think we missed was, you know, you know, a huge Anonymous Black Flash together. You know, where we got the two characters that have hit the most Black Flashes in the series, and you know, done them in really cool ways. You know, we never get to see them do Black Flash together. Hey, that's something we could not only get as a unit, but see in gameplay. That's where I'm like, okay, they'll need to do that. The series is over. They'll need to do that. It's nice to see that they're already kind of hitting that, even if it's just in recollection bits. You know, this one just doesn't. This one's just a complete support one. It's actually really good. But that's not the point. Is to show you the point. The point of that was to show you that they are generally locked unless you limit breaks. So, like I said, recollection bits, very dependent on dupes. So you'll have specifically enhanced characters, or you'll be able to select characters to enhance. Specifically enhanced recollection bits. These are useful to actually track the dupes you have, because they'll have like a red exclamation point next to them when you have a dupe that you need to do. That makes it really easy. There's quite a few teams you could have here. Really, I just use these two. I don't know why I specifically these two. This is literally my main team, and then the teams I usually use for an event, so I switch it up. I don't know. So that's kind of really all like the character stuff here. Let's move into some gameplay so you guys can see, you know, gameplay to me is the most important, but I didn't want to go over kind of like the system stuff here, because I understand that's really important to some people. All right, so we are in the quest stuff now. I'll grab a friend, although I don't know if I'm actually going to use them or care. We'll just grab whomever. Just for the sake of showing off a friend, and plus I need to use all my assists, because you want to try to get as many friend points as you can as you go through. So this is the team I'm going to run into it here. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty here. The point is just to kind of show you the gameplay, you know, and how it actually works to a little bit here. So you'll get play block confirmation. You'll get this on like every single quest stage, and you'll get it on a lot of other ones here. I always just do no voice, and I always skip it every single time. I'm not going to skip it, because let's take a look at it. Why not? Why not? Right? Why not? So we have here, yeah. So I'm deep into the OC stuff here. So they'll show you the actual characters pop up. They'll talk. If you have the voices on, they'll talk in voices. This is my first time ever seeing this, so I actually haven't seen this all animated. Now the animation in this, I don't know if this is like become a more popular thing lately, but this is also how a lot of like those rip-off games are animated very similarly. Like, oh, this is a game original character as well, this Saki. She seems pretty cool though. One of her cards is also pretty good too. She's like a defender class. Same with this guy here. I forget his name is Kaito. He's a complete support character. He's kind of interesting as well. I'm getting distracted. This animation style is very similar to like rip-off game animation style. I don't think I'm the only person that's ever thought that. Like, I'll see Dragon Ball Legends like ads animated in the same style, and like the game don't look like that. Like, some of them try to imitate, like, I've never seen an ad for this game ever, but like other games always try to like imitate, like it's so weird. Anyways, I've begun to not care about this anymore. I do know there's like straight up like full animated cutscenes as well that you can see, but I don't think we're gonna see one from that. All right, so this is what you see when you get into the game here. So you'll be able to use your little recollection bits. If you do need to check them again, you can hold to be able to see what they actually do, which is important. This is a very important resource. Make sure you're not misusing it. And then of course you get to choose your skills, which will cost whatever they cost and do whatever they do. So we'll do this with him. We'll do a buff with him. Actually, let's go back to this. You'll see you got these red skills that are actually attacks. The yellow, orange, I guess they're orange skills, are buffs. If they got the blue in the top left there, so that's a debuff. So this triple kick actually does debuffs, different stuff like that. We'll do this. We'll have him start doing this. So a big part of this game is buffs. So Nanami, this is why you kind of want to like kind of try to balance your DPS characters and then your buffs / like debuff characters. Incredibly important to balance these. I'm actually going to use this, and I meant to use that on the first one as well. Now, the reason why is because most of the buffs stack in different ways. Okay, so Nanami's buffs stack for 4 turns. And then Yuji's stack on himself for 3, and then Gojo, who everyone should have, stacks for 3 as well. So you click on this, applies whatever damage to increase to self, and for allies, the big thing is the allies, for 4 turns. This means you could stack a multiple of 3 of this before it starts getting worthless. So we'll use a third one. This one's a little different. Gives him crit rate, gives him black flash rate for 3 turns. That means that this is the turn where he's going to hit hard. After that, you could reapply it again. But honestly, this guy sucks, so I'm not going to care about too much. Gojo is the important one. He gets 113 damage dealt increase himself for 3 turns because he's stupid. Because he's a dumb, stupid character who's really good. So this is really important to make sure you get double these before you do his ult. His ult will just like kill everyone. It's kind of crazy. So you're going to kind of go through this. You're going to deal the damage you deal, get through it the way you can. Characters can crit. They can also black flash, and those are 2 separate things. That is very important to remember, is that those are 2 separate actions. Crits and black flashes are not the same. There's this weakness and not weakness stuff that you might see on here. So as you can see, blue attacks, blue damaging characters do less, and then the orange damaging characters do more. So that's an important thing to remember. So Megami here does more damage. Gojo actually does less. That's actually how you want to think about it, which is obviously unfortunate since Gojo is our main carry, but Megami's able to do some stuff himself. So formidable foes does mean you are going up against a boss. Oh man, we got all of our stuff drained earlier, didn't we? I'm going to use this, and I should have used it earlier. I forgot that I switched his skill, because that actually is going to give, ultimate gauge to everyone. We are also going to use... No, we're not. We're not going to use this. All right, we're going to start building up his buffs again. Sorry, I actually got to kind of lock in on this, because I forgot that this one's actually like a difficult stage here. Okay, so we got Megami's thing here. That's a lot of damage you're taking. Okay, good. They mostly targeted Gojo. All right, we're going to use this domain expansion. So you guys get to see that because it looks cool. We're going to do another thing of this, and we're going to do another thing of this. I want Yuji to be maxed out before I make him start to do something. This is Gojo's last turn, so we're not going to be able to get his ultimate before he leaves here again, unfortunately. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. So we're in the domain, which is really good. He's very, very strong in his domain. Let's do this. Let's do this. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get something, so he's going to be leaving here in a second. Oh my god, good damage. Okay. He does a lot more damage in his domain. The domain upgrades him quite a bit. So, Black Flash, second. No, he didn't even get a third one. Third, you get 2. Gosh dang it. So he has a chance to Black Flash on all of those. But this is pretty much the gameplay you're gonna find throughout the time. Strong enemies have ultimates, and they have this break bar. So they have a bar underneath, which is when filled up, they'll break. They won't be able to attack for a select amount of time. You'll know when they can attack again because the bar will refill up. Right under that, can I actually click on it? Sort of. Right here is actually a gauge. So once they get to max, they'll do an ultimate. That changes for every character. I don't think I need to explain that. So the reason why I consider Megami to be a debuffer, and I think most people do, is not only does his domain debuff, but when he does, he gets this here, which does increase damage taken on enemies. It's also really good. It's also very, very good. We'll have him do a triple kick. He got some Black Flash upgrades, and we'll just have her do a regular attack here. So this one's an easy clear. We won very easily. Nice Black Flash too. See the end of the screen. Simple. As you can see, not a lot of experience gained. We got 200. This is a stage that we are like mostly at level 4. Our lowest, character here, Nobara, got 230. She needs 29,000 to get to her next level. So you don't get any XP. Your characters will not get XP to level up through doing stages. It's just not going to happen. Even when you do stages that are at their level and they have level ups they need, they're not getting anything. The best you could do is have them maxed up and get these. I don't even think it'll add up, but it exists, right? Unfortunately, that's how it goes. But this is how the gameplay goes, and honestly, it's pretty simple. You're going to generally have a game plan going in with your team. You're generally doing the same stuff. There's not going to be a huge amount of variance in what you do. I'll put this on auto so you go watch it in the background while I'm talking here. That's kind of the biggest problem I found with the game. Now, something like Honkai Star Rail, you know, a lot of strategy. There's a lot of stuff that could happen. Obviously, a lot flashier. But this game, I still think it looks really nice. I like the way a lot of this stuff looks. I think that, I mean, yeah, this one's quite animated, honestly. Like, see, like, this one looks pretty nice. This is kind of the cool stuff. And considering this is all, like, game original, that's pretty cool. But generally, you're going to go in with a game plan that you will then execute. I haven't found anything to be incredibly difficult. Generally, if you're having an issue, most of the time you just need to level up your characters. There are some times where I've been able to scrape by having lower level characters just off of my wits, you know, so it's not impossible, but that's generally what you'll see. Luckily, though, most characters are pretty good, and most characters that are good stay good. From what I've noticed and what I've seen on the JP side, power creep isn't to an insane degree, at least yet, but that could always change. But there are just some characters that are just way better than others, like this Gojo that you get right away can be considered broken, still even considered amongst, you know, some of the other characters. You know, you get some of them that are just broken. It is just a thing here, but it's all PvE, no PvP elements, so it's hard to get totally mad at having characters of varying skill. I think that's the best way to do it. I think, you know, I played Dragon Ball Legends. I hate that game. Okay, so it's not something we have to worry about in that regard. Now, I find the gameplay to be very fun, very simple in good ways. I think those are good. I think when it gets a little too crazy, it makes it a little too difficult. In this case, I don't think so. I don't think we have that in this case. I think it's not complex. If anything, it's a little hard to start because the tutorial doesn't do a great job. But once you kind of understand how the game works, very different story. You're able to kind of get into it and get it and have fun, but just don't expect a whole lot of depth. At least not so far, right? At least not so far. That's not what I've experienced. Now, I did actually just unlock the Formidable Foe thing, which means we can go take a look at that just super duper quick. Yep, quest cleared. So we do actually still have more story to go. That's interesting. I actually don't know how many chapters are in this, but I'm sure, hopefully they update it pretty often. So Formidable Foe, let's just take a super quick look. Right, oh wow, yeah, this is where you get the good rewards. Oh, they have quite a few up here as well too. So you can either fight the Fingerer, the Second Ears, which includes the Kappa guy for some reason, Jogo, Kyoto School. So it looks like, yeah, it's literally just like a boss battle. You fight and you get some pretty good rewards. Will it tell me the rewards you get? Yeah, so it looks like they have recollection bits you could obtain, which are probably pretty decent, as well as this here, which actually lets you get some free-to-play characters, these Phantom Medals, things we care about. You know, cool stuff, and it seems to be a harder fight, so that's definitely good. I like that quite a bit. So that's kind of it for the gameplay stuff. Let's kind of go over the miscellaneous stuff that I didn't really go over and the other things because they didn't quite fit. All right, here's where I just kind of want to look at some extra stuff here. So we have the main story, which you could go through. Again, if you want just kind of an update on what's going on, which probably for this stuff, you probably don't care, like the actual stuff that we've seen before, probably don't care about as much. The original stuff you might need a refresher on as we go through them. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Side stories are things you'll unlock kind of just randomly, but you watch them and you get some bits. It's fun, it's cool, who cares? Event plot will give you the plots for the actual events that we have going on, because each of those have their own plots. They have stories, quite a big thing. If you care about that at all, it's kind of nice, especially because it might be some things you missed in the actual Jujutsu Kaisen story. I will be honest, they didn't care about fun character moments a lot in that story, so that's something you could get some of. I definitely see the appeal in that. Next up, we'll talk about the character rank. So this is a much smaller thing. As you use these different characters, you'll be able to upgrade their character rank. You could see here, I have the main characters I've used, like Gojo, at a higher rank. You upgrade them, you're able to unlock different things. Look at their profile, look at some character stuff. They got voiceovers you could listen to, like, you know, just stuff. Just things, you know, they level up, you get rewards. It's incredibly whatever, but it's a thing that's in the game. Missions, which of course is your main thing for missions. You got daily missions, normal missions, which will just have like all of the regular game missions. Time limited, which is for joining the Discord. That's pretty much what that is, which I have not done. Chris Corp Stroll, which will be like passive rewards you get just in the background. These upgrade as your character rank upgrades. Pretty simple. The exchange shop, which is probably the biggest thing that we have in this game. So you got the event stuff. So this is the current events going on, the Grand Exorcism Battle. So they'll have all of those together in one spot. Domain Investigation, which I went over before, is something you want to make sure you're doing literally every single time you get the new thing. Very, very good to do. Cursed objects allow you to basically take these lesser cursed objects, turn them into the bigger ones, if you need more of those, which honestly you might as you like upgrade your characters. Rare materials. So this is where these their dupes come in. I'm pretty sure. No, actually, this is not dupes. So this is how you'll get these rare materials to be able to get the incredibly rare things you need. Friendship points, which you get by using characters or friending or something. I don't know. You get things off of them. The main thing, I guess, being the recollection bits, but I don't know how good or bad they are. And I'm pretty sure you could pull those ones anyway. So whatever. Gacha point will have all of these gacha points together, which we already went over. This is basically their pity. It's not great. Soul shards. So this is actually what you get by getting dupes that go too far. Dupes beyond. So, you got your rare character up to 5. When you pull more rare characters, you'll be able to trade them in for these, which will let you get dupes of characters that you've already pulled. That's kind of the important part. So I can't just grab any old SSR. It's basically to get dupes for the characters I already have, which is nice if you pull the characters you like. Not so nice if you don't. And I should say, at least right now, as far as I'm aware, I don't know when older characters get added in. Maybe when they're added to general banners. But for example, Megami, Junpei aren't on here. The Yuji is though. I don't know when they get in there though. And for all I know, they could change it however they want. So that's for doing the characters. This one is more specifically for having extras of the recollection bits. So I have quite a few here, so I can get the general ones. These ones aren't bit exclusive. They could be for whatever you want here. So. Pretty simple. This one actually have character shards in them as well that are not specific. So that's kind of interesting. Only up to SR, but I did not realize they had those. They also have tickets in here. That's very interesting. The recollection bits one, yeah, you'll get a lot more of those, so that's pretty good. Lastly, the Phantom Medal. This is kind of a very rare thing to get, which actually will allow you to get free-to-play characters. I don't know how good or bad they are. I have not looked into these characters at all, but they do exist. It does seem to be Cursed Spirits. I imagine we'll probably get more of these. I feel like Jogo and is it Hanami? Yeah, Hanami are worthy enough to be summonable characters. So, but I don't know if we'll see like all of the big Cursed Spirits, like we're seeing like Mahito Dagon on this one day. Like I said, I feel like all of those characters, probably the weakest one of them, summon wise, is probably Dagon, just because he's only literally has like the one scene. But all those characters could get summonable, right? So, I don't know if we'll see like Mahito jumping in that shop at some point, but it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing for sure. What else do we have? The pass. So they do have a battle pass, a Fortnite battle pass in these. They last pretty much the month. I did buy the premium one. It was only $8. I don't recommend spending any money on the game, but if you're going to spend money on smart stuff like this, rather than dumb stuff like cubes that aren't going to do anything for you, especially if they're not on sale. Something like this, you could get good rewards. This could help you quite a bit. There's missions for it. The normal ones I have all completed, so I'm literally just gathering daily missions. It feels bad a little bit, man, but it is what it is. I got half a month more of daily missions, assuming that they don't add normal missions again at some point. What else do we have here that I didn't notice? Oh my gosh, the most important thing, but that's a part of the last section here. You can see the cube shop. This is all buying stuff. Possession will actually just let you look at the things you have. Cool. You're able to look at the announcements. You're able to edit your profile here as well. I'm showing off Gojo. Maybe I'll show off Megami because he's the newer character and we care about looking cool here. Chat, we care about looking cool. So that's something we can do here. Okay, so that's kind of the miscellaneous stuff I didn't go over that didn't really fit into a section. Now I guess we can go into the big question. Is this game worth playing or not? Should you hop on? What's going on that makes this worth it? Alright guys, now I did totally forget about this. I finished recording the video, but we do still have another section after this. But the doing some summons, I forgot. My bad, guys. Here are the summons. Let's do these quick. So I got 5 tickets here for the general banner. I guess we'll see if we can get SSRs. This also gives you a chance to look at stuff. So the big thing you're looking for here is like if Gojo starts off the summon or if Yuji gets a black flash there. It's pretty much what you're looking for to see SSR characters, as you got kind of just stuff like this. So we'll draw again, you know, we'll see what we get. You could get some pretty cool stuff. The purple screens does mean something, so we're gonna see a black flash? No. We have a decent chance to get something. I think the only things that matter is like if how Yuji hits this guy, whether it hits him normal or if he hits them with if he hits them normal, if he hits them with some cursed energy. If he hits them with a black flash, that means there's an SSR in there. The screen on the back could either be normal or it could be like purple weird like we just saw, which definitely means an increase in something. Or you could start off with Gojo on there, which I'm pretty sure is like the rarest one. I've never gotten that one. I've gotten plenty of black flashes. I've never gotten that one. That one might even just mean new character, I'm gonna be honest. Like from what I understand, that's like the really good one. But we'll skip most of these because they are just ticket whatever. I'm getting dupes for everything here. I got 2 more. This is the fun part, as long as we get something good. Let's see here. Normal hit. We'll skip this. We got Inumaki. We have it like 700. One last summon. Let's see what happens. Okay. Gonna hit him good. He used cursed energy, so we got a rare Saki there. Cool. All right. So when it comes to enhancing your characters, they do make it pretty easy. You'll jump on here and you'll see that they have a exclamation point. Makes it pretty obvious, so we'll make sure that we're using a dupe of her and not any of our SR shards there, because don't want to use those on those. We'll probably use them on Nanami, to be honest, which I'll do one of these days here. Do we get anyone else? I thought we got, oh yeah, we got Toto here. So I don't think we got anyone. No, we got, what's his name? So I'll just show you that super duper quick here. This here. So you can convert him. He gives you 1. Yeah. So rares will only give you 1. I'll show you the screen for the recollection bits as well. This is how this screen stuff looks. So that was at least a good reason to do this, so you guys could see this stuff. But pretty simple altogether, pretty easy. Let's move on to the last section there. For realsies this time. All right, so we're here. You heard me yap about this game for way too long about going through all of the stuff for this game. I want to give you a mostly unbiased kind of information here, but I definitely failed on that. I definitely let my biases go through in my own opinions. But let me just say, I really like this game. It's not the best gacha game I've ever played, but I adore Jujutsu Kaisen. If you follow my Dokkan content and all, even the thumbnail I just did before this, I do draw my own thumbnails, was a JJK related thumbnail. It was from a panel. I've been doing this for almost a year now, of using a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen references. I adore the series, so even though this is not the best gacha game I've ever played, I like it a lot. If you're a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen, I think you'll like this game, I think is the overall thing. But let's say, even though you're a fan, you're like, I don't know if it's worth doing, you know, spending my precious time playing a game. That is where I have to say, this is still probably the best time for you to jump on, but it may not be obvious. Now, first of all, Megami's here, and you're able to get a lot of free cubes pretty much right away. Complete all the starter stuff, you get around like 15k, I think. I think it's like literally, if you do all the stuff, it's like 15,010 cubes. You get your SSR guaranteed ticket, so you're able to grab Gojo. Yeah, your 15k, you throw those on Megami. If you don't get them, it's pretty easy to just do a pretty simple, you know, to just re-roll your account until you get Megami. And that puts you with 2 really good characters. You got one of the best debuffers that we'll have for a while. You have Gojo, who's crazy for a very, very long time. You know, that sets you up good, and then you just kind of like save for the other big characters that come out, which I don't have any videos on that. The next character is Yuta that you want to worry about. I'll just tell you that now, but, you know, that we see here. So you're able to set yourself up pretty well, and even more than that, and why I think you need to hop on like right now if you're interested in this, is the ongoing campaign. Now this has created problems for someone like me who wants to do everything, because the stamina or AP that I am spending on the event quests that are available now, the content, the quest missions, are effectively worthless compared to this ongoing campaign. It is waste. It is a waste of AP to use it on anything other than what's boosted here, which is the training quest, the beacon recollection, JP quest, and the domain investigation. Now this one is a little less because you get the amount you do every day, but it, you know, boosts it by 2. So basically one of your uses is double. The big thing though, of course, is the beacon and training quest, recollection, and JP quest times 2. That means that when we go over here into these here, we're going to get double rewards. Now, you need so much training material to be able to upgrade your characters. You get to the end parts of these characters and you need so goddamn much of this stuff. Now, I'm about to do this one here just so we could see it. So how much did I get here? A lot. Too much. Whatever. We got a ton. We got so much. All right. Let's go to enhance a character. Let's go to Yuji just because I know he's not max level. Right. So we got 802,000 here. And this is, I started this video with like 600K. So we got like roughly 200K-ish from that. We are able to get the max, but it takes like 300K to do this. Now that is the max. I'm doing the max event for that with the double boost. You need to, I feel like this doesn't actually show you very much. Basically, trust me when I say that it is incredibly hard to level up your characters and you will need so much stuff to be able to do it. Here, let's look at Megami here. Dang, he doesn't need a whole lot. Please trust me. Please trust me when I tell you, you need so much materials to be able to level up your characters. So basically the point is you want to join. You want to reroll for Megami, you want to get your free Gojo, you want to do what you can to be able to unlock these quests and just pound them out and throw all your AP in these, because you'll be setting yourself up for success when you get newer, you know, characters later on, right? It is, you know, it is effectively less useful to use the AP on anything else other than those, unfortunately, which is why I'm waiting to do this one, this stage here, the Where the Shadows Fall one, because there's 10 days left on this, but this campaign only has 6 days left. So jump on, do the campaign that's going on, get your Megami, get your Gojo, and then, you know, have fun with the game. Take it slow. Okay, I've been doing it really fast, and that's because I want to make videos on the game. Take it slow. You'll enjoy yourself a lot more. Do not spend any of your special bits on refilling your AP. Just, you know, it'll give you a notification your AP is full. You'll be able to see here, this time left, it says right here, 9:40, 9 hours, 40 minutes until my stuff is completely, you know, full. Once it's full, you know, log on, throw all your stuff in the quest, and then you could stop or maybe do a couple story missions, throw the rest into recollection bit, training stuff, whatever, and not recollection bit, the character experience one, and then move on, right? It's pretty simple. So that's what I feel like you should do. I like this game. That's what I recommend if you like this game at all. Just know that I think it's fun. I think it's worth trying. I did give you an option that involves you getting new characters and spending no money. You know, maximizing your fun, I think. Here's one thing to understand. They're going crazy on the global version. I don't know why. I can only imagine it's because they want to catch the game up, in which case that's just better in the long run, even if it's short run a little shitty. They definitely have some scummy practices already, but it is a gacha game. You need to go into these games understanding you're not going to get every character. Even on games that have good pity, like what's it called, like Honkai Star Rail, that one, when you have like every once in a while characters you really want, you could guarantee you get them, right? That's nice. But generally, here's the fact of life: you're not going to get every character you want, and some characters just aren't worth pulling on. They do hit you pretty hard with really good characters. Gojo, you know, like characters people want. Like, I'll just say it, the main Megami is just cool as hell. Right? He's just cool. You know, he's good, and you know you'd want to get him, but he's just cool. You know, most people want him just because it's Megami. Gojo's really good, but you can just get him automatically. Who cares? Yuta, he's a very popular character, very good character. You know, you want someone like him. But you know, we'll have SSRs come out, like SSR Momo, the chick on the broom. Some of you might not even know who that is. It's like, you're not going to summon for her. You don't care about her. From what I understand, she's actually pretty good, but you're not going to summon for her. Let's be real for 2 seconds, right? Like, it's not going to happen. You know, so you just understand you're not going to get every character you want. You're not going to get every character that comes out. At the end of the day, it is luck, and at the end of the day, you shouldn't spend money on it. Just play smart, and you know, you give yourself the best chance to succeed. Another thing though is that a lot of these older characters will come back on the previous banners and join the general pool. I'm pretty sure the only one that hasn't on the JP revision so far is Yuta, and he honestly might be in more of a special case because he's related to the movie, and I don't know how the licensing works for stuff like that. So, you know, or maybe it's just because, you know, more special character that will only come back for big celebrations. Oh, I don't know, you know, but that's just how it goes. I think that's it for the video. Yeah, I think I went over everything. I do recommend playing this game. I recommend jumping in right now. I'm having so much fun with it. You know, it would be really cool if, you know, you hop on, you like it, you let me know. I'm going to be doing more videos on this. I'm going to be, you know, having fun with the game. Here's a little sneak peek. Look at this. Oh, I have a stream thing set up already, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be streaming this game. I'm having fun with it. We'll try. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for JJK content. I'm gonna do more of this. I also do Dokkan content as well if that's something you're interested in. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye bye.